Hey guys, welcome back to the Sullivan family. Before we get into the video, please subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, and don't forget all of our social media links are in the channel in the film description below. So go check it out after this video. Cool. Right. So this video, this vlog is primarily about how we budget for Christmas, how we budget through the week,
how we budget for birthdays,
how we budget with 11 kids in total. We were asked by a friend on Facebook. Robin. Yeah. Robin asked us on Facebook. She also follows our YouTube channel. And we thought, actually, it's a really good question. How do we? Personally...
Yeah, how do we?
Personally...
Ben doesn't have a clue, because I do all.
I go to work, and I earn the money. The money goes in the bank, and Zoe sorts it all out. And I have to ask permission if I can spend a fiver or not. So I don't really know. It's my honest answer. But Zoe is the font of all knowledge. So I think we're going to start doing a few more of these videos. I think we'll do some more videos on budgeting and how
I think a lot of the time it's stuff that we just do, isn't it? And we don't think much of it because we just do it.
Yeah.
But in actual fact, it might come in handy to somebody else. We do it without kind of thinking a lot of things. So we're a bit like our morning routine. We've been trying to work out a way that we can film. Obviously not at the moment because it's not the same at the moment, is it? Without everybody at school. But lots of people have asked us before about filming our morning school routine, and we have thought many different ways. But we'd need both of us to be here, and we'd need different. It's quite difficult to pinpoint, isn't it?
I think we've both
it's definitely something we've got to do.
We've both been thinking about stepping up our YouTube videos, and a way of doing that is to concentrate on the ones that people have found popular, and the popular ones for us have been like the house tour.
I think it's
those
nice
kind of
when
videos.
People ask us things as well, because sometimes
definitely.
We kind of make videos on what we think you guys might like, but you know, it's brilliant if people say to us, can you do a video on this, or can you do a vlog on that? It's really good because it gives us ideas, because we're like, oh, we didn't even think of that. Yeah. Like the budgeting one, we don't, you know, we just kind of go through. I mean, as far as budgeting goes, everything is pretty close to the wire most months. It costs a lot of money to bring up a large family, doesn't it? So, you know, things do have to be spread very thinly, but we manage and we get by, don't we? You know, we don't necessarily go on big well, we haven't been on a holiday for
quite a few years now.
Quite a few years. We did go camping a few years back, and we've done some simple things like that, haven't we? But I mean, we'd love to take the children back to Cornwall, where we come from, but we haven't.
Things get in the way a lot. It's
very expensive.
And also, if it's things like if your car goes wrong, those things that you don't budget for that bite you in the bum, and then stop you from doing things like saving for a holiday.
But then quite often we can't budget for those things because you need all the money you get every month. I mean, at the moment we've got one broken car. Your car's on its last knock-ins. The lawnmower broke the other day.
Yep.
What else broke? Something else broke. The hose broke, so we've got a new lawnmower and a new hose. The Hoover broke, so there's always something. You're replacing something all the time, aren't you? And
bless them, children they don't look after stuff.
They try,
it's not their fault. They're just kids. So things get broken. Coffee tables get broken. Sofas get busted.
Oh, we do need a new sofa.
You know, it's all those kinds of things. But
there's a lot of us living in the house at the end of the day, isn't there? There's a lot of people using all the stuff in the house. Everything gets used really, really well, doesn't it? I mean, that sofa gets jumped on, sat on, lay on by everybody every single day.
It's the centre of the family, isn't it? The sofa. It's where all the lounge and the dining room is, where everybody congregates.
Yeah. So you know, over the years when we first started out, we didn't really have anything, did we?
No.
Between us, we were both working, but we kind of didn't have anything when we had Lizzie, did we?
No.
To start with, so we sort of had lots of cheap stuff and stuff that we picked up second hand, and you know, we had what we needed. But over the years, we've been able to replace things, haven't we? Some things have been good purchases, some things not so good. You know, but we've replaced things over the years as and when we can afford it. I mean, washing machines. I don't know how many washing machines we've been through. Yeah, washing machines. We've been through quite a few. There's always stuff that needs buying, isn't there?
Yeah.
Always stuff that needs buying.
That's the same with any family, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess that we get through a washing machine 4 times quicker than the average family. We get through electrical goods 4 times faster than the average family because they're always being used.
We do try and fix things, and you know, before we go and buy something else, we don't just go out and buy it. But budgeting. I have a book. Ben hates my book. Ben doesn't like looking at my book because it confuses you, doesn't it? So I have a book that I literally budget everything in. So every month, it's everything that comes into the house, so wages and everything that needs paying out of the house gets budgeted for, because obviously direct debits, everything else, all come out at different times of the month, so you need to make sure there's money in there all month. So there's money set aside for shopping, there's money set aside for per week, which I normally go over every single week, but it's a kind of a guideline that needs to kind of be stuck to as much as I can.
Can I just say one thing? It's like the Codebreakers manual at Bletchley Park. I just don't get it. It's just numbers, and I've tried to use it before and it's impossible. Go on, sorry.
I did a bookkeeping course years back, years ago, before we had the children. So it's kind of all stems from there. I have to make the books balance all the time, and if I lose 5p, as anybody who's done any kind of bookkeeping, it drives you crazy. You got to find it. But yeah, it's just so that we don't forget anything, because there's nothing worse than getting halfway through the month. Obviously, we're trying to, you know, build good credit and everything else, because we need to buy a house because we're still in quarters at the moment. So anything that is a default goes against your name, and we don't want any of that. So it's really important that we don't have an overdraft or anything, so we don't go, you know, over anything. We don't want anything to be rejected. So anyway, that's why I keep my budgeting book every month. But equally, obviously, we have we've got 11 children, so that's nearly one a month, but obviously some of them are all in the same month. So we have at the moment, we have a budget of, they have £100 each for their birthday, don't they?
Yep.
And then we set aside £100 for a treat. So whether it be a day out or like Lizzie had, obviously because we were in lockdown, but Lizzie had Domino's, so I mean that was about 70 quid. But we might go out for a meal, or we used to do birthday parties and things, didn't we? So when the older ones were little, we'd do the obligatory birthday party with all the friends invited, and, you know, at the bowling alley or the soft play or whatever. But I just found it so stressful getting all these party bags and, you know, all this stuff ready. And okay, the kids kind of enjoyed it, you know, they never complained about it, but I just found it really, really stressful. And then I remember thinking one time, who am I actually doing this for? You know, the kids are having a nice time, but we don't spend the day as a family.
No.
You know, we kind of, and equally, the more children we had, you know, you did a bowling party for them and you already had 7 of your own children before inviting anybody else. And I didn't want to not invite the brothers and sisters, so it kind of got a little bit difficult, didn't it? And I really didn't want to have a massive birthday party at home with lots of other kids, so we just kind of stuck to, I can't remember when we would have done that. It probably would have been
one last party.
We
had one last party where we invited all the kids from the school and all that kind of
stuff.
stuff.
I don't know if it would have been Noah. Or,
yeah, it would have been, maybe.
I know Eva's never really had a birthday party with friends.
It was when we lived in Benson, and
no, we've done it up here.
Did
you were away one year in the Falklands, and I did the twins' birthday in Pins.
Yeah. But it just worked out that the kids preferred for us all to go out together.
It just got so stressful, for me especially, finding all the party gifts, doing all the party bags, all that sort of stuff, and I just thought, this is just ridiculous. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not, you know, and then you've got to get to the place on time, and you've got to look after all the kids and make sure they're all doing everything. I just thought, this is ridiculous. I don't want to do this anymore. So we decided from then on that we would do something as a family for the day, whether it be coincided with a trip to Landmark or something. You know, we've done that on, like, if there's a summerish birthday. I think we did it on Olivia's birthday, actually. We coincided her birthday with a trip out, so it probably cost us a little bit more, but we used to have Landmark tickets at the time, didn't we?
We did, yeah. Annual passes.
So we just make sure that we try and spend the day as a family as much as we can, and have a special meal, or you know, the cake and all that sort of stuff.
Well, it's their choice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's their choice. I mean, for Agnes, obviously, she was only tiny, so we just did the birthday buffet, which they love. Mm-hmm. It's a bit difficult being in lockdown, but they love having a buffet.
They do.
Just party food. They love it, don't they? That's the best thing ever, having party food.
Well, you would have seen from Agnes's birthday video, they absolutely love it.
We just thought it was better all round for us to spend that money on a day as a family than, you know, spending £200-300 on a party, didn't we?
Yep.
So that's birthdays. That's how we pretty much, The one that hits us the hardest is the twins, because
Both
obviously
sets of twins.
all 4 of them are on the same day, and it's January, so you've got Christmas, then you've got one payday, and then you've got all 4 birthdays. But and it's always a little bit difficult as well with the twins. We've found doing something that suits both.
Yep.
Because obviously you've got the tiny ones and you've got the older ones. When we're going to do, I can't remember what we did this year. I know the older ones, we had Domino's in the evening, and I think the plan was to go to the soft bait, but something happened. I can't remember what happened, and we didn't go. Was somebody ill or something? I can't remember exactly what happened, but we didn't go. But that's the kind of thing we sort of try and do, isn't it? Something for the younger ones in the daytime, and then we'll do something for the older ones in the evening.
All in, it's £200 each. Is that right?
£100 each.
No, plus the whatever party we're going to do afterwards.
Yeah, well, when it's the twins, we kind of that.
Yeah, that all mingles in together, doesn't it?
So we kind of maybe spend £200 on a day out for all of them, rather than £400 as it would be. But obviously we've got 10 days after the twins is Toby's birthday, and then we've got in March, and there's Elizabeth's in April, then there's Agnes's in May, none in June or July.
Have you noticed I'm quiet?
Yeah. Joseph's is in August. Eva's September, Olivia's October, we haven't got any in November, and Noah is December, and then you've got all 4 of the twins, so Charlotte, Isabel, Leah and Erin in January. I think that's all of them. So it's kind of, we just I budget it in. I try and do my budgets the whole year in advance, if you like. So every month I'm doing a few months ahead to make sure that we've got enough to kind of cover everything for the months ahead. And then obviously I have to factor in budgeting for the summer holidays. I normally try and make sure we've got money put aside for the summer holidays, and then there's money put aside for back to school, which always costs more than I think. I normally try and put aside £1,000 for back to school.
Yeah.
Depending on whether people need jumpers or school jumpers and things like that, they can be expensive. Shoes, by the time you think £1,000, that sounds like a lot of money, but once you've added up however many pairs of Vans or whatever that they want, I think I spent about £400 on shoes alone last year. Lunch boxes, bags, everything else. Sometimes things last a few years. I've learned that you can wash lunch boxes now, so that's good, and school bags, but I know sometimes you just have to replace it, so that kind of gets budget. And then once that's all paid for, the rest of the money for the rest of the year goes towards Christmas. Then, doesn't it? So
did you say £1,000 for summer holidays?
Yeah, I normally try to put aside £1,000 for the summer holidays.
Sometimes it doesn't work out like that, but
because if we go, obviously this year's different because of lockdown, but if we go out for the day, it can cost us, if we go to somewhere like Landmark for the day, I mean that's 200 odd quid. If we go out for an ice cream, it's about 40 quid. So everything costs much more. So we do tend to this is why we haven't really been on holiday, because that would cost us thousands and thousands. So we tend to do days out from home, don't we? So we'll get a big picnic in, and go to the beach, or
well at the end of the day,
go for a walk for an ice cream, or we'll go to the park and buy snacks, and we do it that way so that we can kind of, I can go to Tesco's. This is normally, obviously not at the moment, but I can go to Tesco's in the morning and buy lots of picnicky, snacky bits, and then we can take them all to the park and they can have cookies or donuts or whatever, but you don't have to buy it from the coffee shop. There's lots of cheaper ways of doing it, because if we go out and we have to buy drinks and snacks from the cafe or the shop or whatever, it costs so much money. So we just don't do it anymore, do we?
The thing is, what you've got to remember is we decided to have a large family, but we can't suddenly go, let's go to Spain. We can't do that because we've got to budget in for everything else throughout the year. So
one day maybe.
We will do.
I'd like to.
We will do, especially when I leave the rough.
That's kind of the choice. I mean, we don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't really go out, do we? So all of our money kind of goes into doing stuff at home, doesn't it? Anyway, on a normal basis, and it goes all back into the kids, doesn't it? Because that's
they don't miss out. It's just that if we spend out £5,000 on a holiday, which is what it would cost us to even go to Cornwall, we've worked out the costing to go to Cornwall, and with bus hire a place to stay, the travel, everything else, the hotels down on the way down.
More than that, to be honest.
It would cost us an absolute fortune. So we've made the decision to, at the moment, stay local.
Well, we can't afford to go on holiday.
No, because that's your entire budget for the year gone on a holiday.
I mean, we try and put aside. So after the summer, and obviously we pay for the summer, we pay for back to school, the rest of the money for the rest of the year, like this is kind of a little savings pot that we have all the time, and the credit card, but we kind of manage the two of them, don't we? So it then goes all towards Christmas. I think we try and put aside about £3,000 for Christmas. I try and give them all £200 each for Christmas.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's less than that. If we had any more, then it would be more than that, but it's normally around about £200 each for Christmas. Obviously some of them have iPads and things like that and iPhones, but we get those on contract quite often, don't we? So we take a certain amount of their budget and then we get it on contract, so we're paying it off for the rest of our lives, but they've got the iPad or the iPhone.
It's the easiest way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
then
we couldn't afford to buy 5 iPhones in a row.
They've normally broken before we started paying them off, because you pay them off for such a long time, but that's kind of the way that we afford the way around that, don't we? Is the girls have all got contract phones, haven't they?
Yeah.
And Noah, and so have we. But that kind of breaks down the costs of everything, doesn't it?
We're allowed to have some luxuries, and I couldn't vlog if I didn't have a phone. So I use my phone.
We don't really do anything else, do we? You know, we look for lots of free things to do. So like we'll go to the park a lot, we'll go to the beach. This is obviously normal goings on. We'll do all those sorts of things. We did say one year we were going to do all the castles as well, and the kids love it. I mean, don't get me wrong, they probably love a holiday somewhere, but they've never done that sort of thing, so they're quite happy doing all the simple things, aren't they? And they're happy if I go to the shop and come home with a load of ice creams, you know. So it's kind of just the way that we do things, and they pretty much get most of the things that they want at Christmas and birthdays, don't they?
I think what we're trying to say is I don't think we do without. I think we just live, we live how we live, and we enjoy our life, and it doesn't matter to us so much that we don't have a holiday. What is a little bit of a bug is that we can't get down to Cornwall where your mum and dad are, and all that kind of stuff. We can't afford to do that at the moment, which but luckily Audrey comes up here, doesn't she? Your mum comes up here.
It'd be lovely to go on holiday, don't get me wrong. Yeah. I'd love to go. I'd love to take the kids on holiday, and I'd love to have the money to do more things, and when like our sofa needs replacing and the car needs replacing and all those sorts of things, it is a struggle. But then on the flip side of that, everything that they need, they get, don't they? Yes. So whatever they need, and they might not get all the clothes that they want at Christmas, but they'll get some of them. And I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing for them to learn anyway. I don't think so many kids just get everything they want, and ours kind of have to maybe have one of the things that they want and then save up their money to get another thing that they want. And I don't think that's a bad lesson to learn.
No.
I'd love to be able to go and buy them everything all the time, but it's just the way it is.
They don't get pocket money or anything like that, but they do get a phone contract, and that's the trade-off, and they do have to do jobs for that. And they know that.
Yeah, but then as well, when there's days out, like when we have RAF race and all those sorts of, the fair comes into town
then
and stuff like that, then they get money to spend. We'll give them money to spend. If they go out with their friends to the cinema or to the ice skating or swimming or whatever, we'll give them some money, that sort of thing, to go. I mean, they've got Fit Life cards so that they can go swimming and stuff for free normally. I keep saying normally because none of these things are happening at the moment, but the girls also have dance lessons as well, so all those sorts of things we pay for, and that kind of comes out of our budget. So they might not get pocket money, but they do get to do all the things that they want, and if they want to go out with their friends, we'll give them a little bit of money so that they can take as well. But it all obviously has to be budgeted in. But
we do have the job list, which they have to stick to.
And they do a lot of helping out with the little ones, don't they?
And they do help out a lot with the little ones. Yeah, they're really good, the little ones. So, yeah, is that budgeting done?
I think so.
So there you go. That's how we budget. Budget for birthdays, Christmas, summer holidays, the whole lot, going back to school. And I just have to say one thing. I hope you like our backdrop. The kids made it this afternoon. I helped make the cardboard, but they made all the little bits and bobs, so I really hope you like it, because I think it's cool. Because I've always wanted a little backdrop. We don't really know where to put the camera to vlog, but it's always been the kitchen because it's the brightest place in the house. So we really hope you like the backdrop. It's, I'm quite chuffed with it actually.
So Leah's been drawing, bless her. It's Leah's little men.
Yeah, it's Leah's little men. That's actually me. So Olivia put a little subscribe on it.
Leah's,
Yeah.
bless her.
Anyway, there you go. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop us a comment either on Facebook. And I have to say one thing: YouTube are turning comments off without vloggers knowing. And then you go onto your video, and suddenly the comments are turned off. And you're like, oh god! And I think it's something to do with kids being present in videos and all that kind of stuff. So if the comments are turned off, you can always find us on Facebook and drop us a comment, because I always put the link on there as well. So yeah, so please, anyway, subscribe to our channel. Really hope you like the video. Please stay tuned for more videos coming from us very, very soon. And thanks for watching. Cheers, guys.